All characters and events in Uncle Jake production, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. All cult voices are impersonated. Poorly. The following production might contain coarse language and mature content. Parental discretion is advised. This should not be viewed by anyone.
It's free. So I figured, while I'm here, I'll lose a few pounds. And you got what, a 6 to 8 week training program here? A real tough one? Which is perfect for me. I'm gonna walk out of here a lean, mean fighting machine.
The United States District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan. A high-profile case unfolds involving Michelle Brannon and David Taylor, principal leaders of the Kingdom of God Global Church, or KOGGC. The government has filed a response to Brannon's amended motion to modify her pretrial release conditions. This motion seeks two main changes: permission for Brannon to contact Harrison, Kia Jones, and approval to use third-party fundraising platforms like GoFundMe. The government opposes the first request, but is open to the second, with strict conditions. Let's explore the details and implications of this complex legal battle. Michelle Brannon's legal team filed an amended motion asking the court to allow her to contact Kia Jones and to use third-party fundraising. The government, represented by Assistant U.S. Attorney Sarah Cohen, firmly opposes any contact with Jones, citing ongoing risks. However, they do not object to fundraising, provided it excludes KOGGC members and does not characterize the prosecution as malicious. This careful distinction highlights the government's concern about continued influence and communication within the organization. The government and pretrial services, PTS, have weighed in on Brannon's requests. They are united in their opposition to Brannon having contact with Kia Jones, citing the risk of ongoing involvement with KOGGC. On the fundraising issue, the government is unopposed as long as strict conditions are met, while PTS takes no position. This consensus underscores the seriousness with which authorities view the risk of continued organizational ties. Michelle Brannon served as the executive director of KOGGC, acting as second-in-command to David Taylor. From 2013 to 2025, Brannon and Taylor allegedly compelled labor from organization members through force, threats, and psychological manipulation. Their leadership generated millions in donations annually, with KOGGC JMMI receiving about $50 million since 2014. The government describes a climate of fear, with workers subjected to violence, sleep deprivation, and public rebukes for failing to meet expectations. Indictment against Brannon and Taylor includes conspiracy to commit forced labor, multiple counts of forced labor, and money laundering conspiracy. The charges stem from their roles as leaders who used prohibited means to control workers, including physical violence and psychological abuse. The government alleges that Brannon and Taylor created a system where workers feared severe consequences for noncompliance, reinforcing their authority and extracting labor and donations. Financial records seized by the FBI reveal the staggering sums involved. In just 3 years, Brannon personally brought in over $9 million, while Kia Jones, her protege, raised more than $3.7 million. These figures underscore the scale of the alleged forced labor scheme and the importance of fundraising within the organization. The government points to these numbers as evidence of the sophistication and reach of KOGGC's operations. Brannon played a pivotal role in training and mentoring Kia Jones and other top fundraisers. Documents recovered by the FBI detail strategies for increasing donations, with Brannon tasked to teach others how to close large gifts. The organization's internal communications reveal a focus on aggressive fundraising tactics and the expectation that leaders would train their teams to meet ambitious financial goals. Jones emerged as a key figure in KOGGC, ranked third in the organization and recognized as a top fundraiser. The FBI found evidence of her leadership, including her own bedroom and bathroom at the Tampa call center, privileges shared only with Brannon. Witnesses described Jones as harsh and ruthless, often rebuking workers and even creating punitive measures for underperformance. Her influence within KOGGC grew, especially after Brannon's arrest. Jones was known for enforcing strict discipline within the call centers, including inventing the punishment of making workers stand for poor performance. This approach was encouraged by Taylor and mirrored the broader culture of control and intimidation within KOGGC. The government's evidence paints a picture of an organization where fear and punishment were used to maintain order and maximize productivity. During bond hearings, the court expressed serious concerns about allowing Brannon to have contact with Jones. The judge emphasized that Brannon must be completely separated from KOGGC and its members to prevent further harm and ensure compliance with bond conditions. The court's reasoning was rooted in evidence of ongoing intimidation and the risk that Brannon could continue to influence or be influenced by the organization if contact were allowed. After Brannon's bond conditions were set and Taylor was detained, Jones rose to become vice president of KOGGC. She became an authorized signer on bank accounts and played a central role in the organization's ongoing activities, including fundraising and supporting Taylor's defense. Social media posts and internal documents confirm her deep involvement and leadership status, making her contact with Brannon even more problematic in the eyes of the court. Despite the legal proceedings, KOGGC continues to solicit donations, with Jones actively participating in these efforts. Even with Taylor incarcerated, the organization maintains its fundraising operations, leveraging its network and social media presence. The government points to these ongoing activities as evidence of the organization's resilience and the continued risk posed by its leaders. Even from jail, David Taylor continues to influence KOGGC, with members facilitating his communication and ongoing fundraising. The government's evidence includes messages and social media posts showing Taylor's enduring authority and the organization's efforts to maintain its operations. This persistent influence is a key reason for the strict bond conditions imposed on Brannon and the prohibition of contact with Jones. Charges against Brannon and Taylor are so serious that the law presumes detention. The offenses required planning, intelligence, and a willingness to exploit others for financial gain. The government argues that Brannon's leadership role increases the risk to the community and the risk of flight, as leaders can act through co-conspirators. Allowing contact with Jones, now a top leader, would undermine the court's efforts to protect the community and prevent further harm. Conclusion: the United States strongly urges the court to deny any modification to Brannon's bond that would permit contact with Jones. The evidence presented demonstrates the ongoing risks posed by the organization's leaders and the importance of maintaining strict separation. The case serves as a stark reminder of the challenges in dismantling sophisticated criminal enterprises and protecting vulnerable individuals from further harm.